Is being selfish good? Is everyone secretly selfish? And should you be more selfish in your life? Let's talk about all of that in today's video. Hello, good people of the internet. Welcome to another episode of Ask a Human, Not an AI with Chetan Narang. Today's question is a beautiful one. It's also, ironically, kind of an unnecessary one, but let's see. The guy asks me, this is something I was thinking about recently. Aren't all actions really just selfish acts in the end? Even if you do something that you claim is a selfless act, it makes you feel good, and even that makes it eventually a selfish act, isn't it? And is that a bad thing, really? Is being selfish good or bad or neutral because everyone is selfish? Please help me understand this. I really hope this is not someone who just watched Friends and asked me this question, because this is something that actually Joey talks about with Phoebe in one of very hilarious segments of Friends.
There's no unselfish good deeds, sorry.
Yes, there are. There are totally good deeds that are selfless.
Well, may I ask for one example?
Yeah, there's... No, you may not.
That's because all people are selfish.
Are you calling me selfish?
Are you calling you people? Yeah, well, sorry to burst that bubble, Phoebes, but selfless good deeds don't exist, okay? And you know the deal on Santa Claus, right?
I think this is just wordplay. Honestly, this is just wordplay. And that is where I would say that this is sort of unnecessary, because wordplays don't really get us anywhere usually. But you're lucky today. This wordplay will get you somewhere today. Let's see. Let's play this. So, in a manner of speaking, in a manner of playing with words, yes, this is true. Every action is eventually selfish, and because of the reason that you gave. If it makes you feel good, eventually, even if you claim it was a selfless act, you were really doing it to feel good. You were really doing it for maybe the admiration of other people, or how it will make you feel after having done it. So that makes it a selfish act. Maybe yes, by all means play this wordplay. But the caveat that I would tell you about this is something that we usually miss out, and that is, what matters more is the self that was being selfish at that moment. What I mean is, we're not really the same self throughout our life, right? For example, the Chetan Narang from, let's say, 2016, 2015, who had not read any one of these books, who had not meditated on, obviously, on the content of all of these books and whatnot, he was a very different self compared to the Chetan Narang that is present right now and who's recording the answer to this question here. Of course, right? It's like that quote from Heraclitus where he says, No man steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same man and it's not the same river." I think he said river before man, whatever. Every person is more a verb than a noun, and therefore our self keeps changing with time. Sometimes the self that was present when a decision was made, when something was done, when a deed was committed, does not show up ever again. And sometimes it shows up in situations where you would not have expected it to. But with regards to the entire wordplay that you're playing, yes, every action is secretly selfish. Let me give you that. But then it matters what self was acting while it was being selfish. If all of your actions are from that lower limited self that is completely detached from its surroundings, that is the poor little me who has to one up everyone around it, that has to one up the entire world around it and conquer everything around it, that self will act in a manner that is selfish in almost the negative sense of the term. That will consider that with every situation, that self will try to consider, what more can I get out of life? What more can I get out of this particular situation? So the hand is always up here. Give me more. I need more. What more can I get out of it? That is one facet of acting selfishly. You can now consider that this self can be a higher self, and we can all very easily imagine us being more selfish from a higher self perspective when we consider acting from a place of our family or our societal group sometimes for our religion, sometimes for, even take it one step further, for our nation, for our country. That is also a lot of times when we behave selfishly from those selves, we are selfish, of course, but we're acting out of that higher self, right? See, I'm playing with the words, but I'm trying to tell you that if every action is selfish, you need to consider the self from whose perspective it is selfish. And therefore, maybe the lowest action could be from the poor little me. A slightly higher self could be acting from your family, acting from your community, your society. Slightly higher could be acting from your nation. Slightly higher could be acting out of the human species. Slightly higher could be acting out of life with a capital L, accumulating everything and trying to see what needs to be done from that perspective. Everything is selfish, but what matters is what self you are conjuring up at that moment to act out of. If you understand that, if you realize that at any given moment when you are making a decision, if you can become aware of the self that is acting selflessly in that moment, you're golden. You can see whether you want to act at all or not. You can see whether you want to act from that perspective or not, and keep doing that. You keep trying to conjure up your highest self in any given moment. You try to keep expanding yourself at any given moment, and that's it. If you do that, you're golden. If you do that, we're all golden. That's it. That's where I would conclude this wordplay. I hope you find this useful. I hope this is one wordplay that gives you some utility out of it. Makes me chuckle. Okay, so if you have any such questions, you can hit me up on my Ask a Human Not an AI page on my website www.chetannarang.org, and I'll see you in the playground the next time. Until next time, peace out.